Hello, teacher and everyone. My name is Duyên. I used to be a person who was very proud of my health, that nothing could possibly go wrong with me. But nothing is absolute in this world, and no one can predict anything. I will tell you about an experience that happened to my body, specifically my voice, to prove that health is one of the things that should be given top priority. If I remember correctly, it was the day when I was 12 years old. I was in 7th grade. That morning, I woke up like every other day. Sitting on the bed with the sleeping face, I wondered what my mother would feed me that day. I went downstairs to ask her, but I realized that my voice had shown signs of abnormality. My voice was no longer as clear as usual. Instead, it was hoarse and somewhat out of tone. But that was not the worst thing. That day passed and I was still able to speak, although it was a bit difficult. And what was worse was that the next day when I woke up, I realized that I couldn't make any sound clearly. I couldn't even say goodbye to my mother when I went to school in the morning. After going to school, my friends noticed my abnormality because I was usually a talkative child, but now I couldn't say up to 3 sentences in the whole class. I don't know why I felt embarrassed and self-conscious about it. My voice was like that of a duck. The peak was when I was studying math, one of my favorite subjects. In addition, I was quite close to the teacher who taught this subject because I had extra classes with her, and she taught quite well. Back to the class, when she asked the whole class a question about a math problem, I knew the answer and I raised my hands to answer. However, what confused and embarrassed me was that I couldn't make any clear sound from my thought, even though I tried my best. And my embarrassment seemed to be double when the teacher said, "Come on, sit down. What are you saying when you're speechless? If you can't say anything, what can you say?" In Vietnamese, it means, "Thôi ngồi xuống đi, nói không ra hơi mà phát biểu cái gì." Maybe she didn't have the patience to listen to my answer when she saw me spelling out each word like that. I don't know if she did it unintentionally or not, but after that time, I had a different view of her. I think teachers should be patient with students and should use more encouraging and motivating words. After that, I had to reluctantly sit down with the inhibition that was rising strongly inside me. That situation of mine lasted for about a week. After that, I gradually got better and regained my normal voice. I wonder why I had such a serious loss of voice, which had never happened before. And I suddenly remember that the day before I started having it, I had talked quite a lot. I also drank iced water, went out in the cold wind, and then came home and took a late shower. Maybe that's why I caught a cold, and that affected my respiratory system and my voice. After that, I learned to live a more scientific life. Except for the nature of words, we shouldn't talk too much, as it can easily affect to larynx. Drink warm water instead of ice water. Wear warm enough clothes when going out, and specifically, I completely gave up the habit of taking a shower at night. I believe that not only me but everyone should practice those healthy living habits to minimize the possibility of catching a cold or flu, because you can't imagine that one day you can suddenly lose your language or have difficulty communicating and you can't even talk to your friends or family, even though you really want to do so. Believe me, it's really annoying and frustrating. Yeah, thank you for listening.